They only have those. Right now you're looking at an off lane or a mid pick. Maybe they throw the Void Spirit off again, and you go something else mid. I don't think the Void Spirit minds versus the DK mid too much. Like the Dragon's
No.
Breath can be a bit annoying, but overall you're just gonna trade farm anyway. So
Mm.
we'll see what Neon do decide to do with that. They're gonna think about it, but you're gonna need some kind of some cores that can. Oh, are you kidding?
No.
Are you kidding
No.
again?
I don't like this, Mike. Both
Why?
of us don't like it. I know. I wish I knew. I wish I could go into the mind of a drafter who sees this and says, "Hey, Venomancer is great here." When in reality, when you actually look at the results past Tiri, it's not.
No.
And I'm worried Neon's drafted themselves into a corner. They do have really good team fight though. Shaker, Snap, Veno is really great, but they had great team fight last time as well. So they weren't lacking in team fight. The Venomancer, I really don't want to see that for Scam. I think if you're gonna have it in a less critical role. Maybe off lane. Have the Void Spirit mid, off lane Veno. Pick something else for Scam. He needs to be able to carry.
I agree. I can kind of see why they want the Veno because you are going into the DK, so they might look at the DK and look and say, look, the Venomancer is going to deal with that regen that comes out of the DK, so maybe we can just have that magic damage over time with the Veno again. We can remove some of that regen that the DK does have naturally. But there's other ways. You don't have to lock yourself into the Venomancer. You've already got a natural Spirit Vessel carrier in the Void Spirit. You don't need to have Venomancer do it.
No.
Nevertheless, it could
The-
work. It could work. Maybe game one was an anomaly, and game two will be different. I don't know though. I
Who
think
knows?
RR's got a better draft than last game. In all honesty.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Like, it's Phoenix Void, and it's a Rubik to steal spells. It's fantastic. Like, even if you don't have Alacrity's comfort pick coming out, I think this is really just solid. And on that note, Reality Rift have actual last pick. So this could still just be a KYXYDK, and maybe we see the SF once more for Alacrity. I wouldn't blame them. It still ties in with this draft really well.
Well, they ban up the Lycan. So RR seem to believe that there is going to be a different kind of carry coming out for Neon. Neon are going to have a think about this one. And it will be the Tidehunter banned out last for Neon Esports. And they go, okay, so they're going for the Spectre. They aren't going for that POS 1 Veno. They debated us. It's all good. Everything's fine. RR
Whew.
have one final pick here. They don't have a way to deal with the Spectre very well. Like, you do have that Void Chrono, but overall, the Spectre right now should be feeling pretty good going into this game. However, there is still a Necrophos that you could pick up who would fit in the off lane very nicely for RR, and KYXY will just have to Reaper Scythe Spectre every single time. Of course, it is up against the Veno, so you could make the argument that the Veno would be, countering that Necrophos straight away, which it would. I still wouldn't blame them. I think I would just build into a pipe if I was the Necrophos and just Reaper Scythe Spectre every time.
Yeah, makes it really easy to isolate that spec, as you mentioned. I don't know about it though. Like, I can see Reality Rift just opting to go into a much more traditional Alacrity hero, even though they have the option for that Necrophos. It doesn't feel like they're worried. Like, this is a Skem special. We have seen Skem's Spectre a lot, but they go into the Invoker, so
Okay.
it is another Alacrity special coming out. They're confident. They just want to play like this.
I don't mind if they're going to make it entertaining. That's fine with me. The Alacrity Invoker does come out. You do have some nice combos there if you go the Exhort build. Chrono into Sunstrike, Chaos Meteor, Cataclysm later on. Of course, you've already got the Egg there as well. Overall, I like both drafts this time around. Like, the Spectre does really change this draft quite a lot for Neon, in my opinion. I think it looks much better now. We'll see how it all pans out, though.
Fixes their issues with timing. I think Skem can definitely carry in that. The biggest thing now, though, is give Skem space. He needs space, and RR can play really fast, especially if Alacrity tosses Alacrity onto Drew. He's going to hit so much harder earlier on in those chronos, and that's going to be enough to really force fights early. So we'll see whether or not Neon can hold out, and Reality Rift, they don't want to give Skem that space. They have to play a lot faster, play perfectly around chronos, perfectly around the egg coming out from Nuts, and stop Neon from trying to find that farm. Neon as well, I mean, they can come in line from laning, but Play Hard needs to save for his blink. We saw Hustler do the same in game 1. It's Play Hard's turn to be a bit patient, wait for the blink before really forcing fights out.
We'll see how it all pans out. Neon Esports versus Reality Rift. Of course, RR are looking to try and pick up their second win of the day, and Neon are trying to just draw out this series. It is their debut in the BTS Pro Series 2 after all. We should be getting into the game any moment now.
Yeah, it's again one of the longer pause times, but there we go. And everyone's dead, as is tradition.
Except Skem.
Except for Skem.
Next level play indeed.
You know, I have a feeling that's exactly how that draft will play out. Everyone dies with Skem, and if that happens, you're fine with it, because Skem has to live. I wouldn't be surprised, though.
Alright, final game of the night. See if they can change things around. Neon. Like, if you can get to that really late game stage with the Spectre, it can be a very, very nice feeling for Neon Esports, just knowing that, you know, she essentially becomes unkillable. Because you can always build into specific items for Drew. You wouldn't mind him seeing going to something like a Silver Edge later on to try and break that Spectre. But he probably won't bother with that. The Chrono's generally enough anyway. Like, if you wanted to take down the Spectre.
Yeah, it tends to be, and the only constraint RR has, again, is that chrono timing. We've seen this in game 1, but they have to be playing around Drew. So slow down when it's not up, and play aggressively when it is. They group up as 3-down bot. Same kind of movements from game 1, just want to guarantee themselves those runes. You don't see Neon really trading here, so it's going to be a fairly even trade for both sides.
And Neon just going to go for the early outpost take. That'll be it. Just 1 for 1. Drew's actually going to be in the off lane, which is interesting that they actually opt to put Drew in that off lane. I suppose they just don't want the Raging Potato Veno up against that Void, which is fair enough. Might be a bit too hard to deal with as a Void.
Yeah, I think the big difference here is you don't have a healing hero, not like the Treant from KYXY. So it is a bit harder to sustain the lane against a Venomancer. You just want to ensure this time that Drew will just be able to find his farm. This doesn't mean that they'll be able to shut down Skem. I think Skem should be able to trade fairly evenly, but you are giving KYXY that hard lane. So neither core going to be too scared of finding farm in this kind of laning setup.
I think you do have the advantage though if you are Drew, right? Like, you do at least have some kind of fight potential here as that Void, whereas the Spectre doesn't really want to fight this early on. It's like, with Drew, if you can get some lucky bashes off, you never know what you could do.
Yeah, it's just a bit more opportunistic, and look to level 2 for that to really kick in. I think the key thing is for John Yuel to try to zone Hustler out, but doesn't look like he's been trading too well. Hustler does trade a bit better every time he casts that Fade Ball.
That he does.
Oh, KYXY?
It does go down top lane on that DK, and it's, again, the strength of the Veno in this early game, right? You just hit a Gale, follow up with the Poison Sting auto attacks, and be surprised how much HP you can get through it. Raging Potato does make it work so far on KYXY, finding the first blood. Very nice feeling for him.
Yeah, it's surprising as well how they decide to skill up. Nuts went for level 1 Sunray, really just wanting to keep KYXY alive, and KYXY as well did opt for Dragon's Blood straight off.
Wow.
Wasn't enough. Yeah, just no presence there with no Breed Fire.
Never seen that. Sunray and Dragon's Blood.
Yeah, just to counteract the Veno lane. Hasn't paid off, but you do hit level 2 KYXY. Does have the Breed Fire now, so he can find some trades in some farm.
That mid lane right now as well, working out very nicely for Yopaj on the Void Spirit. Eating out Alacrity on that Invoker. Mind you, Alacrity did go for the Quas Exhort build. So he doesn't go for the Quas Wex, he wants those Sunstrikes out, he wants the Chaos Meteor. Later on, that is. But for now, that will mean that if you can lock someone down with things like the Chrono or even the Dragon Tail, that Sunstrike can come out and finish the job off. It's been been a very long time since we've had the pleasure of seeing an Exhort Invoker straight off the bat.
Yeah, it certainly has, and I think this is really just unique, almost unique to Alacrity. He just likes playing this old school way. RR does tend to really gravitate towards that early aggression from him, so this allows him some earlier global presence out, and that should give them some opportunities, although no one really dropping low to really get that done just yet.
Alacrity's really getting outplayed here in the mid lane though. Like in terms of CS, Yopaj is just getting everything he wants. The reason why you don't see the Exhort Invoker is because he can't control the lane. Bot lane, Hustler does end up going down, so they do secure a kill there, and Januel is the one to pick it up on the Snapfire. Drew, of course, can't really help out this early on. He's still farming up very nicely on the Faceless Void though.
I think in this case, you'll just take it. Drew's still farming up. That's all you really care about. Scam's doing the same, but not as much. So, slight edge for Drew. The Void does come online a bit earlier, although mid again.
Yeah, Alacrity, he does end up dying. Nuts is going to try and make a run for it now. Slowly trying to chip away at Yopaj's HP pool, but he is just fine. And now Aether Remnant won't latch on. Trying to help secure that kill onto Nuts, but it won't quite get there. But still, just finding Alacrity is going to be a pretty nice feeling for this Void Spirit.
Oh yeah, just another lead for Neon, and it's almost reminiscent of the early start in Game 1, and Alacrity just TPs into the Remnant, but it's almost reminiscent of that early start Neon had. They were finding the early kills, they were finding the early trades. This is good momentum. I think they just have to maintain it. If they actually do continue to shut down Alacrity up till minute 10, then I'll have a bit more confidence in this start.
Well, KYXY is in trouble again, being chased down. Playhard does find Hustler down at the bot lane, but KYXY forced TP. He's been left solo up against his Venomancer, but the problem is every time Gale hits, you need to run. You can't do anything.
Yeah, he's really vulnerable now up top, empty, and there's not much to be done. Reality Rift can't afford to have their supports rotate to help him, because Alacrity's just fallen behind. They need to secure that lane. They need to secure the Drew lane as well. That means KYXY just gets the short end of the stick.
We haven't seen any Sunstrikes go out so far either, but that's really because Neon Esports hasn't fallen low in HB yet. You haven't really seen any form of opportunity for Alacrity to try and go for those Sunstrike kills. Because of that, he does not really escalate in farm or XP on that Invoker, and Yopaj is at that 6 mark now, so he could definitely try to make a jump on Alacrity if he so wishes. We just will wait for him to get past that tier 1 tower a little bit. But you could make this happen. He really isn't that tanky.
Yeah, it's going to be relatively easy to burn him down. Up top again, Nuts and KYXY dropping low.
Yeah, Poison Nova comes out on KYXY. Fisher there as well. It's going to be a lot of damage out on this Dragon Knight. He might actually tick out here. Could get the deny off if you are... Raging Potato actually kills off the Phoenix. Now KYXY is alive, is dead. So Sunstrike does
No.
land. Play hard will be
No.
fine as well. He will walk away with about 30 HP.
Oh, that is really not the start for Reality Rift. 6-0 at 7 minutes in. Yapaj jumping on Alacrity as well.
Won't be able to finish him off though. The cold snap is enough to try and force
Oh.
Yapaj back. In fact, Hustler comes in. They don't have real tower aggro on the actual Void Spirit though. So he's really unaffected by this tier 1.
It's really tricky. I think this top lane you have to sack at KYXY, just getting jumped on even by Skem.
Yeah, why not? Fisher out. Not the greatest Fisher. Actually blocking Skem out. KOXY now may be able to try and juke this out as Sunray comes out. Play hard. Try to run. Breathe Fire will be enough to secure that kill. And, well, they get the Gale off on KYXY, so Raging Potato can continue trying to chase. They will not find the Veno yet. But Nuts does eventually have enough damage to let him tick out. KYXY probably needs to be denied right now. No.
What? No.
No, okay. Don't even try.
Just free kills going out for Neon, and I mean, they didn't find the cleanest kill in KYXY. They still got it in the end. Skem gets to go up top. Very successful first haunt. He has his Necronomicon books up as well. So faster farm and faster push coming out here for Neon.
It's a concern for RR. Yapaj is looking at Alacrity as well. Mid lane gets the 8th Remnant latched on, and well, he has Astral Step available. Alacrity should not survive this. He is trying to fight back, but eventually will end up dying. And that's a 3k net worth lead for Neon. They're really starting to take off here. They've even brought Raging Potato down to the bot lane on the Veno, who's actually top of the net worth board because he had such a free lane. And now he's going to be put up against Drew, who is actually underleveled in comparison. I guess the idea is to just try and harass Drew out of the lane. Raging Potato will move up. Drew does have Chrono. Poison Nova comes out. Drew just waiting for the lift now does come out as well. And Raging Potato should eventually die, but no, Fisher out. Now Chrono is committed. They're still trying to go after the Veno and do get it, but Drew may tick out to the poison damage. They do get the deny this time. Hustler does actually end up killing off his POS 1. Now Cookie comes in. The DK stunned up, but you won't have the damage. He'll be fine.
Yeah, and they also lost Nuts up top. Just a lot falling apart for Reality Rift. At least the Chrono finds the kill, but their draft is really taking a long time to kick in. You look at the Alacrity, still has to build into the power treads. He's forced to jungle at near his side amp as well. It's been a slow start for that Invoker, although RR, you probably don't want to fight here.
No, Hustler does get caught out in the Rubik, will die. Now KOXY has been slowed up by the Gale again. He's going to go for the TP play. Can you get the Cookie in time? No. He's out of range. But with a Spectre on your side, you just need to keep delaying things out and just keep buying space for Skem. He's been just off the map farming with that Necro 1. Slowly but surely, he's going to approach the stage where he may have just have the Radiance up.
Oh, definitely. It's been a really free game for him. I think one thing Neon's been really good with as well, it's the Haunt. So he has it off cooldown, just needs the mana to be up, and fairly certain they'll just force another fight. Yapaj is ready to jump in. And at level 9, on our Void Spirit, he can really start to burst anyone down now.
See what Yapaj gets up to. Skem hasn't queued anything up quite yet on this Spectre. Maybe just trying to decide whether he wants to go for some kind of fighting build on the Spectre or whether he is going to go after that Radiance. You wouldn't really blame him for going Radiance this game though. It does kind of fit the narrative of the draft for RR. But
Yeah,
for now he's just holding out.
Really brings down the damage that you expect from Drew with a mischance. Even KYXY kind of suffers from that, although Asla
Does get caught out on the Rubik. Now Neon going to start pressuring that bottom tier 1 a little bit. They do have a creep wave coming up and they have Plague Wards being set down. They can slowly chip away at this, but we are going to have a pause coming up.
Yep. It's been a really good start for Neon. 11-3, 3K lead at 11 minutes in. They've really found that start they were missing from the last game. So they're finding a lot of value with Raging Potato. He's just able to take control in these fights. RR, they've really bled a lot away. They need to find a way to take these fights. I think now that you have the egg on Nuts, you have options here. Just have Drew and Nuts play together if you want to force a team fight. Although Nuts...
Yeah, gonna get caught out. Sunstrike will be there, but won't do anything. It's a bit of damage on Yopaj, but he doesn't mind that.
Ooh.
Now, Yopaj, they're gonna get him with the 8th Remnant. KYXY getting caught out, and now they'll horn in from Skem, and Drew TPing into the kisses. Does commit the chrono, will be able to secure the kill onto Yopaj, and does. Not a bad trade, after all, for RR. They still lose out on 2 for 1, but it's the best they could have hoped for.
It's definitely just making the best out of a bad situation, and they're gonna still have to wait out for a lot of farm on all of these heroes, although you really need the defusal up and running on Drew. You're gonna need KYXY with at least his treads. Just so much farm missing on the map, and RR, they can only fight when Chrono's up. When it's not, they're just gonna have to give out lanes, perhaps give out the creep waves, give out towers.
Oh, Skem's actually got the Necro 3 book queue.
Oh. Oh wow. That's that is definitely not typical for the Spectre.
Yeah, I mean, he's going for Necro 3 and then Radiance. I think that's the wrong way around. Maybe he'll choose to go Radiance first. They do go on Hustler again down at the bot lane. How many times has that been now? Same spot.
I want to say 3 times.
Okay.
But yeah, it's been rough, but they need to toss someone out to the lanes. Might as well be Hustler, might as well be Nuts taking this risky farm. It's giving space to RR to farm in their course. This is sort of a reversal. This is where we saw Neon last game, right? They were around this much behind earlier on.
Alacrity.
Oh, Alacrity.
Yeah, Kiss is flying in. He does throw out the Chaos Meteor, but it doesn't connect. Now they're trying to play hard. Egg being dropped, but Januel has a little shredder. Hustler does come in. Do not go near that double damage. Oh no, he got caught. Yopaj can't believe his eyes. 8th Remnant does catch him back, but he should have plenty of damage out. He pops the double damage. Yopaj going to make this chase. Hustler is going to die. And now Yopaj may even go after Drew. Trying to find where that void went. 8th Remnant does connect, but the time walk will be enough for Drew to get away.
Man, I can get why Nuts made that play. He just wanted to find a counter kill. Oh, KYXY.
KYXY. Yopaj is on fire right now on this Void Spirit. Now a tip being placed onto Hustler's head, as if he needs a bounty. Chrono gonna be there. 8th Remnant catching out the Phoenix. The Chrono is good though. Chaos Meteor as well. He will dissimulate into the Chaos Meteor. Yopaj still trying to run. Sunstrike won't be on target, and now Play Hard does get the echo off with the horn coming in. Alacrity's the only man left. They won't have the damage to take down the Invoker, but it won't matter. It's a 7k net worth lead now for Neon Esports, and they are just shredding them apart.
Yeah, I mean, if they found a kill in Yopaj, that would have been so worthwhile. It's just nothing lined up. They missed out on a lot of early damage because Nuts walked into the Remnant. And that was just enough of a leeway that Yopaj gets to live. So it turns into an 8k lead now for Neon. 16 minutes in. 20-5 for Neon. A big turnaround compared to game 1. Reality Rift. They have a lot of catching up to do.
Oh, Hustler,
Neon,
no.
they're feeling confident. Yeah.
Well, bounty was placed, and Yopaj will go ahead and claim it for himself.
Oh.
Bot lane. Raging Potato now going to get jumped on that Venomancer. Probably should die. Sunstrike coming out. Will not connect, but it won't matter. Drew will have plenty of damage on the Faceless Void to take him out. Look, you've been finding a lot of kills here on the side of Neon Esports, but my main concern is they haven't really taken many objectives. Only one tier 1's been taken thus far.
They've really stalled out in terms of progress there. Should try to secure that, but on the other hand, you know, you look at Scam saving up towards Radiance. No problems, no contention for our spec, so I think they're just fine even if they don't find these objectives, because there's no punishment coming out for Scam. He's just farming.
It works.
Bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They'll try to push down the bot tier 1 now. Drew, he's setting up for that. Does have the Diffusal Blade up. Raging Potato, of course, is going to be there to defend on the Veno. And while up at top lane, Neon Esports are just trying to find more kills, it seems. Hustler is there up at that top lane. Just trying to secure some farm so he can buy that Aether Lens, but he'll just be forced to TP out. In all fairness, they were still chasing him down. Look at Genuel. He's looking through that tree line. They really just want the Rubik.
Yeah, that's a good, smart move from Hustle to just bail out. Honestly, I think at this point, RR really just has to turn their supports far forward. They understand this. You look at the farm distribution, Drew isn't actually too far behind, so they're really depending on that Void, although...
Raging Potato, Poison Nova does come out. Now Drew getting blown up. Skem is there as well. Hustler, he will also go down. Skem with a double kill now on the Spectre. And the Radiance is complete.
Yeah, it's a perfect Radiance reveal from Neon, and right when I mentioned that Drew needs to be the one carry, he gets picked off, and his farm starts to trail further behind. Neon, they can start to find more objectives, and the tier 1 bot is looking good, and Yopaj going way deep. Alacrity?
Yeah, he might be in trouble. Aether Remnant's going to come out with the Mortimer's Kiss as they are just getting picked off one by one. Not even close. 12k net worth lead now.
12k, 19 minutes in, 25 to 6. RR bleeding a lot of space on the map. That tier 1 bot probably gone. KYXY wouldn't really hang around here for the deny.
He does get the deny off, but I don't know if it's really worth his life. Drew coming in, Chrono, oh, he gets it. It's just on the Veno. Sunstrike is there, they will secure that kill. Genuel trying to get close enough to take down the egg, and he does. It's a double kill on the snap. Now Drew without the Chrono is still going to try and pipe at the Echo. Play hard does get a massive Echo off. It's a lot of damage. Now Yopaj going for more. He wants Alacrity with the Aether Remnant. He is destroying them with this Void Spirit. And Hustler does take the Dissimulate for himself, going after Genuel. No, he'll switch around, go after Play Hard. Cookie not going to be on target, but it won't matter. They have plenty of damage in the form of Yopaj. And Yopaj is only about 750 gold away from having the full Ags up.
Yeah, really fast progression for him. A lot of pace being set out by Yopaj. That was a massive full team wipe going the way of Neon, and again, just building up in their lead. They're going to find all the bounties as well. Just so much gold being denied out from Reality Rift, and RR, after a strong showing in Game 1, I think they went a bit too wacky with this draft. I think the mindset behind the Invoker build like this was really just Chrono into Sunstrike kills, but they haven't really been able to maximize that in the early game, and now that we're at this point, you know, Drew can just pump out the damage himself, so that combination is kind of off kilter now. They're just looking to build up. And Neon, they're just getting bigger. Skem, again, already had a Radiance. Doesn't look like he's finishing the Necrobooks anymore. Looks like he is opting for something else. Whatever it is, has yet to queue it up. And as you mentioned, Yopaj into the Ags, 250 gold left now. So a lot of things starting to come online, and RR just has no response for this.
They drop the Chaos Meteor against Skem. He will try to dagger, but won't quite find Alacrity.
Radiant's bottom tower.
That
is
tier 2
under
tower
attack.
top is definitely going to go down here for Neon Esports.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Bot lane.
Nuts.
Yeah, getting caught out on the Phoenix. He should be able to Icarus dive out of there. Raging Potato does connect with the Gale. Where's the dive? Does die. I think he was trying to go for a creep.
Or he was waiting for Drew to come in, maybe with a chrono, but it's not even up yet.
It is now,
And-
but Yapage, Aether Remnant does latch on. They got the Spirit Vessel there as well as the Cookie. Ouch.
Yeah. It's surgical from Neon, slowly just tearing through every limb and tendon on RR, and even Alacrity's not safe in his own jungle.
And Dust doesn't
Barely
land.
missed with a dust.
Yeah. It's a sad story when your mid invoker needs to buy Tomb though. It's,
Yeah, it's not.
kind of tells you the story of the
That's-
game.
That's not where you want to be.
Yep.
He's just so far behind it. Oh no.
Yeah, Yapage is 5 levels ahead of him right now, and well, Mortimer's Kiss is mid lane. KYXY Echo
Oh.
Slam committed on the Phoenix, and this Dragon Knight is also gonna die. Neon Esports just continuing their domination. 18k net worth lead. Hero levels, I'm sure, are off the charts in comparison to RR, and yeah, the XP difference is around 20k worth of XP, which is sort of insane.
Oh, it's gonna be hard to try to turn this around. 34 to 8, Mike. There are more kills than minutes in this game,
Yeah,
and Neon, well, they've really kicked it into notch. I mean, you're at the point where even John Newell has a blink. So you can just blink in and shotgun people for the heck of it. And that makes it a lot scary. I mean, he just did that to KYXY. You know, it's kind of terrifying. Oh,
just bot lane again. They are not giving any space away. Drew trying to find a way back in. He will actually get play hard. Nice lift there from Hustler. Neon, gotta remember not to get too overexcited. Now a smoke is up from RR, and they do have the chrono. Raging. Wait around. Drew does run straight into him, and now the blink away. Doesn't commit chrono. Now Drew might be dead. Yes, he is. He is definitely dead. Raging, gonna try and walk away. KYXY with the stun. Chaos Meteor dropped with the Sun Strike. They finally get him. Everything was being thrown out just to get one kill. Now Yapage gonna trade with the DK. Skem gonna come in. He wasn't even around on the Spectre. So now Nuts is gonna die on this Phoenix. No, gets the egg off in time, but Little Shredder will burst the egg down very easily. And Yapage is still going, almost dead. He does use up through the Sunstrike, so Yapage gonna survive. Now getting the Resonant Pulse off, and they just can't kill the man.
oh,
He ends up killing himself because he ends up diving.
Under attack.
He ends up going back in and copying some form of damage. But it's a 2-for-5 trade, a full team wipe for Neon Esports.
yeah. Can we talk about John Newell?
Middle tower
Can we
is
talk
under
about the fact that Snapfire is 9-0?
Oh,
9-0. Yapage has died twice, but not John Newell. Not our support. That is the true definition of Lakad Matatag right there, dude. That's it. That's walking strong.
true. It's looking good. It's the first time I've seen a Blink Dagger on a Snapfire in a pro game as well.
It
It makes
be
enough
terrifying.
sense. It makes enough sense though. If you can close the gap with Scatterblast, it is a substantial amount of damage.
Yeah, it's a shotgun to your face. You know, it's been pivotal. I think the actual reasoning though is to get close to Nuts if she's out of range.
Right.
For the supernova burst, yeah. But it is a massive meme though. He's been jumping in just scat. It's so funny to see, dude. It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger on the Terminator, just teleporting in and shotgunning you. You know, it's terrifying.
Aegis now up on Skem. He did actually end up going for the Manta build, which is much more standard. Nuts has been caught out again. There is an Aghanim Scepter now there on Yopaj, so he does have that silence. And on top of that, they also found KYXY. 8th Remnant will come in, hold him down. Silence once again from Yopaj. They're just going to make the dive. KYXY trying to use that Essence Ring, but he is surrounded. Raging Potato, meanwhile, in the mid lane, does kill off Hustler on the Rubik.
Oh.
Just gets worse and worse. Drew trying to run away, does commit Chrono just to run. He might still die.
No.
He does get out. There it is.
Oh man, just Chrono to run away. You know things are going so bad when you have to do that. And Neon Esports, they've got the answer in their kills. 42 to 12 now. Douglas Adams would be very happy and slowly just dismantling the map. Again, they're just very surgical. They've gotten a bit confident, but I don't think it's fair to say it's overconfidence. It takes a lot for RR to try to turn this one, and Alacrity. No, they don't actually see him. That was awkward.
They might see the courier play hard. Alacrity now knowing he's around will go into the ghost form. Play hard. Now realizes he is nearby. Because he was slowed, but can't do anything about it. Does have dust in his stash right now, but just can't buy it outright. Now, I don't know what the game plan is here from RR. Like, it's just a very, very hard game to come back into.
They need to drop the Egg and Chrono combo. We really haven't seen it. Not once together. They've just not been able to do it in Raging Potatoes, just chasing KYXY. There you go.
Yep. Just there's no space on the map for RR. And he pops the Blade Mail, trying to dissuade them from going further, but oh, nuts.
Nuts.
He'll Icarus dive away this time. Bot lane, Skem's just done with this game. He's pushing the tier 3 tower.
Yeah, so might as well use that space. I think he's tired. You know, it is a bit late. Just wants to get the objectives, and RR have an opportunity, but they are pretty splintered off. You do have Drew just farming up. He's not joining in for any defense.
Let's go for the Haunt, and he's going to back off onto Drew. Chrono up in 10 seconds or so, but they're going to have the 8th Remnant locked down. It's going to be more than enough. See you later, nerds. Playhard has really given it to him. And we do have a Drew disconnection now. 24k. What's the win probability right now? 99% for Neon Esports. It's been that way for about 5 to 10 minutes now, apparently.
Yeah, that's pretty generous, that 1%. I think we've seen earlier 100% from different games, but Dota Plus still has faith in the Faceless Void. Of course, good Chrono can turn it around. It's just we haven't seen that good Chrono from RR. They just have not been able to pull it off here in game number 2. And Neon just looks like a very different team. Just changing the position of that Venomancer.
Top lane, Alacrity. Oh, he gets used up in time.
No.
TP cancellation. He'll try and fight back. Poison Nova going to be there with the Fisher block from Playhard, and he is dead. Now bot lane. Skem is going up against the whole side of RR basically. Sunray's going to burn him down quite nicely. He is going to get Dragon Tail, and Skem might be dead. He'll lose the Aegis. He is going for an Eye of Skadi and can basically buy it outright. There it is. No buyback gold necessary. They still have a tier 1 tower in the mid lane. There's no way they're getting to the racks anytime soon.
No. And right back to the high ground.
Fisher, Echo, play hard. We'll just blow up the Phoenix. Now KYXY, Mortimer's Kiss is flying in. Drew does get a nice chrono off, but he has 0 damage. He will kill off play hard. Drew will try and time walk out of there, but they want to make the chase. Cookie out from Genuine does not connect, but they are just getting destroyed. Almost another full team wipe. There's the GG call. They've had enough.
Whew.
They went for a bit of a memey draft, I think, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah, I think the gambit on Alacrity's Invoker was fine, but the skill build most definitely didn't work out. And Neon, they do kick off with a drawn series, RR. Yeah, they add another draw under their belt. Would have been very nice for them to find a win, but they don't manage to close it out.
Well, with that, John, that is it for the night. It's ends up in a draw, and well, there's no more games on today. Of course, we do have 4 more games on, or 4 more series on tomorrow. I shall read out the schedule for you, sir, because I know you like it. I know you like hearing this. So Geek Fam versus Execration is our first game tomorrow, followed by Geek Fam versus T1. Then we'll have T1 versus Neon after that, and Signal versus RR for the last series of the night. It's another great day of SEA Dota tomorrow, but for now, that'll be it. It is MLP Dota and JohnXFire. We hope you all had a good time, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night.